Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home, and welcome to another home renovation episode. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, watching, and supporting our channel. It means so much to us. And if you are new here to my channel and you want to get caught up on all of the previous renovation episodes, I will have that playlist linked down below. And we've also been doing some room makeovers. I just decorated this living room, as you guys can see, and I actually just ordered some new decor for it that I'm going to be swapping out in here, so stay tuned for that. So I wanted to quickly give you guys an update on restuccoing the house. If you've been watching the last couple of videos, you know that we are going to restucco the whole outside of the house with a product called Total Wall. Our contractor is going to be coming out with a team, hopefully, and doing that. If you guys have been watching the last couple episodes, then you also know that our contractor keeps delaying it because he's trying to finish up some other jobs first. We're supposed to hear back from him this week, and hopefully when we do, we get a solid date on when he's going to be getting out here, because it's been 2 months already that we've been waiting on him. So we're really hoping that he can get out here soon and get started on this. But I did go to the place in Tucson the other week where we're going to be buying the Total Wall product. I got a little pamphlet from them with all of their little sample colors, and also we've got a sample right here. This is kind of close to the color that we want. We don't want the color to be too gray, and we don't want it to be too tan. So somewhere right in the middle, and we picked out a couple of samples that we like here that are close to that color. These colors though are just kind of for a guide only. We'll pick the color that we like, and then they will get us a large sample of it with the texture that we want. We can bring that back to the house and just be sure that that is the right texture and color. They can make some adjustments to it if they have to, because we are going to be buying about 45 buckets of this Total Wall product. So we want to be sure that it is the right color. So like I said, we do have this little sample here that we liked, and this one is probably closest to that gray kitten color. But I think we are thinking of doing one of these right here. So either the putty gray or the pewter. I'm leaning more towards this pewter color down here. And then as far as the texture of it goes, we've got these different ones that we can pick from, and we are going to be going with the fine texture. We want it to be fine, almost smooth. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated on that as we hear more. And I want to take you guys through the whole process of buying all of those buckets of Total Wall and the whole process of them applying it to the house. I think that would make some really interesting videos. So stay tuned for that if you want to see it. So now let's just get straight into this home renovation episode. I hope that you guys enjoy. So the first project I'm going to work on today is to paint these French doors in the master bedroom. And yes, I need to clean every window in this house so bad, especially on the outside. But this door is just like the primer off gray, off white color. You can see right here, this trim is white. And then compared to this door, it's just kind of a primer color. We've got black locks and handles coming from Kwikset, but they're back ordered, so not sure when those will get here, but the hardware will be black eventually. I can't find black ones of these, so I'll probably just have to take these off and spray paint them black. But we do have a lot of black hinges, so we will be swapping those out. Okay, so the first coat of white paint is done. I'm just waiting for that to dry before I do the second coat. I'm just using the same semi-gloss white paint that we used on all of the trim in the house. Okay, so the doors are done. They're looking much better, nice and bright white. Now we just have to put on the black hinges and the black hardware. That will be in a future video. I can't wait to see that because it's really going to pop off of these white doors. And also stay tuned for the master bedroom makeover. I will hopefully be posting that in the month of October. Here we're putting together a chicken pen because yesterday I ordered 33 baby chicks. They're going to get here the second week of October, so we're just starting to prepare for when they get here. Obviously they won't be able to be in this chicken run for a little while. They're gonna have to be in a heat lamp and stuff until they get a bit bigger. But we just wanted to go ahead and start preparing, get their run ready and their chicken house and all of that. Okay, the chicken run is complete. This isn't where we're going to be having it, but it's really easy to scoot around and just put it where we want it, and then we can just put some little T-stakes in the ground to secure it. Wherever we end up putting this, and we still have to stretch the shade tarp over half of it for the chickens. Now we just need a little chicken house, and we actually ended up deciding that we are going to turn this shed into a barn for all the little animals that we get over the years, and also for the chickens that we're getting. Renovating this shed into a barn might be its own little mini renovation series because we're going to have to replace all of the siding on the outside. I want to eliminate this door here and either do one big sliding barn door right here or do two barn doors that open up. Right here is that shed that we're going to turn into a barn, and then we own all of the land on the other side of this fence, 2 acres that way, so that would be the perfect amount to put a pasture out here if we ever wanted to have like some little goats or whatever in this little barn. Then we could just have the pasture connecting to the barn. But for now, once we turn it into a barn, we will just have our chickens in there with the run connected to it. So this afternoon we've got a contractor coming out to give us a quote on closing off this door so that this will just all be wall right here. This is not our main contractor who's coming out to do the stucco. This is just a contractor who does smaller jobs like this. This would be our first time hiring him, but my husband's known him for years, so we would love to have him do this project for us. So I know we should have decided that we wanted this door gone back when the major renovations were happening in this house. It would have made it so much easier. But back then we thought that we would want a door in here and that we would use it. After living here for a couple of months, we just realized that we don't want this door here. There's no point, we never use it. We thought we better do it now, get this contractor out here ASAP to get this done, because this is kind of our last chance to do this before they restucco the house. Jalen is going to help me finish painting this window right here that I painted in a previous episode. And then we're going to work on painting all of the rest of the windows of the house. Hopefully it all turns out good. We're going to be using cardboard for some of it like we did for the sliding doors. So we're just taping around the windows, and then we hold up cardboard so that we don't have to put plastic on the windows. I got 8 bottles of this spray paint at Lowe's. This is the same stuff that we used on the sliding doors. Just works a lot easier to get it in the spray bottle. This is from Rust-Oleum, and you can put this on pretty much anything: wood, metal, plastic, masonry. So we got a little over half of the windows painted on this evening, and then we will just finish up the rest of the windows on another day, sometime before they stucco this house. We wanted to get these painted before they re-stuccoed the house because obviously it's a lot easier to paint these when we don't have to worry about getting black paint on the stucco. The windows turned out awesome. We got a nice smooth finish from that spray paint. Would highly recommend the Rust-Oleum spray paint. I feel like the house looks 10 times worse now though, because the windows are black up against this orange stucco, and we got the black paint on the orange stucco, and also the front of the house has got like paint swatches and that unfinished window at the front of the house. We keep joking around that we need to hang a sign on the front of the house that says, "Better looking house coming soon."
I got letting out a nail.
It's going to be very sad to lose all of this wood color. It looks so neat with the black, but if you would just see this in real life, I just don't think this wood is salvageable. This is the only color that we can pull out of it, is this reddish color. This wood over here is a completely different color. My husband did take the screens off of this door because the screens need to be replaced. And while we have the screens off, I'm probably going to go ahead and paint this door. Okay, so this footage that you're seeing here is actually from over a month ago, and I wasn't ever going to post this footage to a home renovation episode because this project was kind of a little bit of a flop, and so I was like, I'm just not even going to share it on the renovation episodes. But I decided to go ahead and share it today because first I want to show that things don't always go perfectly when you're doing a home renovation, and sometimes projects just flop. Sometimes you work all afternoon long and at the end of it you realized that you do not like it and you're going to be ripping everything down, which is what we are going to be doing. And then secondly, in the next home renovation episode, probably the majority of the episode, we are going to be ripping all of this wood down and replacing it, and you'll see why here in a couple of minutes. But I'll go ahead and explain to you why we painted the wood. But while my husband was painting that wood, I did paint the doors here to our master bedroom with this dark gray color. I'm probably going to end up painting the white trim gray too, just because I think that will go better with the vibe of this house. The white doesn't really go with what we're going for here. But anyway, the whole reason why we decided to paint this wood, my husband was inspecting the wood with me because I was trying to put a sealer on it and it was just pulling a red color out of the wood, and all of the wood was giving a different color when you would put a sealer or oil on it. And my husband was looking closely at the wood and he was just saying this wood is just too old and brittle. They didn't put enough sealer on it over the years. They just let it go and the sun just really beat up this wood. So there was pretty much no salvaging it. Our only option was to paint it. So first we tried to spray on a really dark gray color like you saw at the beginning, but that was just going to be too much dark with all of the black posts. And we were like, well, we already started painting it, so we got to try a different color. And we had this gray color on hand, so we decided to go ahead and try that. We started spraying it on, and we were like, oh, I don't know if we like this one either, but we'll just spray the whole thing and see if we like it because we don't really have another option but to paint it. And so my husband sprayed the whole thing. We stood back and we were like, oh, we don't really like this. It looked way better as wood, but we already painted it, so we're just gonna do the final touches here as you guys are seeing. And we worked all afternoon on this, and looking back on this, we just think, why didn't we just stop and decide that we were gonna replace all the wood in the middle of the painting? Why did we finish painting? I think we just kept thinking, oh, it'll grow on us, we'll like it, it'll be fine. But we got to the end of this and we just stood back and we felt so discouraged. This was one of the most discouraging moments during our home renovation because we worked so hard all afternoon on this. And looking at it in this video, the paint really doesn't look that bad. It's not going to match our house, and we just didn't really like how it turned out. And once it was painted, we realized how much that we loved that wood look, and my husband said it's going to be inexpensive to just replace all of these boards. It won't be that hard. It'll just be another afternoon project. So that is what we decided to do. So anyway, that was kind of a long ramble, but I just wanted to share this project even though it was a flop, and it seems so minuscule to get so discouraged about painting this one section of the porch, but it was just because we had worked so hard. We got to the end of it and we were all sweaty and tired, and we didn't even like it, and we liked it better the way it was before, so we felt really discouraged. But you know, if we wanted to keep it wood, we would have had to replace it all anyway because it was too brittle and old and warped. And so now at least we got to see what it would have looked like painted. We do want our house to have some wood accent, so this will be a great wood accent over here on this side of the house. We're excited to replace all this weekend, so stay tuned for the next home renovation episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.